I love that question because it's like the oldest trick in the book, right? Like you say, I don't want to get married. I'm unavailable and you're catnip. So it's gone well. Oh, that's a great question. I have definitely gone through phases where I have envied my married friends, but I go in and out of it, and I think actually they do the same thing. In fact, just the other day, I was a really close friend of mine and her 5-year-old son came over, and I was saying, I was having one of those moments like, should I have kids? Like, my time is running out, it kind of thinking about it, and meanwhile, she's sitting on my bed, and I was like, my room was a mess, I was cleaning my room, and she's hanging on my bed, and her son was climbing over her and like pulling her hair, and saying, Mommy, read me a book, and my friend was saying, why would you possibly want this? All I want is to be able to sit here in this bedroom in silence with nobody asking me for anything. And so I think it's comic how much women are comparing themselves against each other, single versus married. And so for myself, there have been times, like definitely when I was younger and starting out as a writer and new to the city and broke and trying to live as a freelancer, and there just was so much anxiety and insecurity involved in building my career. And I would really envy my women friends who had husbands who they could discuss their problems with, or or who could help with the rent from, if her checks weren't coming in on time or something. So there were very practical reasons and emotional reasons. But outside of that, actually, one other thing I would say is because I'm writing this book right now, and part of it is memoiristic. I'm writing about my own relationship to the idea of marriage versus not marriage. And yesterday I was reading my journal from age 25, and even then, I was really surprised to realize that there's a journal entry where I've come home from having coffee with a college friend, and she spent the whole time talking about how badly she wanted to marry her boyfriend. And my journal entry is all about how disconnected I felt from her, that I just couldn't relate to her anxiety around that, and how it made me feel disconnected from a lot of women, that I didn't share that anxiety and that desire. So it's something I've been really thinking about actively all of my adult life. And so because of that, there are times when I want it, times when I don't want it. And but I'd say that's just what life itself is, like you have a full-time job and it's great, and then you don't want it anymore, and you wish you were freelance, and then you're freelancing and you can't bear paying, health insurance every month, and you just want benefits again. So I kind of see it like that. In fact, I would say on that one more thing, which is that for a while, I was working at a Condé Nast magazine, and I used to call my job my husband, and not because it was taking up all my time, although it was, but it wasn't the feeling of I'm married to my job. It was the feeling of so glad I've got someone paying all the bills, I felt so secure with that job that it felt like it was giving me the security of marriage.